The science of sweat. How exercise transforms your body through perspiration. Sweating is not merely an inconvenience during workouts, it's a vital physiological process that reveals much about your body's health and performance. For those who consistently sweat, understanding how exercise influences perspiration can unlock new levels of fitness awareness. This guide delves deep into the relationship between physical activity and sweating patterns, exploring why some people perspire more than others, what different types of exercises trigger various responses, and most importantly, how managing sweat can enhance overall well-being. Understanding the physiology of sweating during exercise. Your body has evolved over millions of years to regulate temperature through controlled perspiration. When you engage in physical exertion, core temperatures rise as muscles generate heat energy. The hypothalamus acts as your body's internal thermostat, initiating sweat production when temperatures exceed safe limits. This complex system involves eccrine glands distributed across nearly every skin surface. A single session of moderate intensity cardio can activate up to 2 million sweat glands simultaneously. The composition of sweat changes based on duration and intensity, initially containing mostly water before electrolytes become prominent later in workouts. Thermoregulation. Primary function is maintaining optimal body temperature during increased metabolic activity. Eccrine versus apocrine glands. While both produce sweat, eccrine glands are responsible for thermoregulatory functions during high-intensity interval training. Sweat rates can increase by 30% compared to steady-state cardio sessions due to rapid fluctuations in body temperature. Hydration status significantly affects sweat efficiency. Dehydrated individuals may experience delayed onset of sweating despite elevated core temperatures. Exercise intensity and its impact on sweat production. The correlation between workout difficulty and perspiration output follows a predictable pattern. Low-intensity activities typically result in minimal sweating, while higher intensities trigger substantial moisture release. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine shows that maximal oxygen uptake, VO2 max, strongly correlates with sweat rate variability among athletes. Elite endurance runners often have higher baseline sweat rates than sedentary individuals. Resistance training presents a unique challenge where muscular contractions generate localized heat rather than whole-body warming. This leads to uneven sweat distribution across muscle groups. High-temperature environments amplify sweat response dramatically. A study found that exercising at 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius increases sweat loss by approximately 60% compared to cooler conditions. Individuals with hyperhidrosis face special considerations. They may need specialized cooling garments or antiperspirant formulations designed for active lifestyles. Nutrition's role in modulating sweat responses. Diet plays a crucial role in determining both quantity and quality of sweat produced during exercise. Certain nutrients influence thermogenesis and hydration status, which directly impact perspiration patterns. Caffeine consumption has been shown to elevate resting heart rates by 8 to 10 beats per minute, potentially increasing sweat rates even at low exercise intensities. Electrolyte balance is particularly critical. Sodium deficiency can lead to hyponatremia, a condition where excessive dilution of blood sodium causes cellular swelling and impaired thermoregulation. Protein intake has a subtle but measurable effect on metabolism. Studies suggest that protein-rich meals may slightly increase basal metabolic rate by 10 to 15%, influencing overall caloric expenditure and thus affecting sweat dynamics. Carbohydrate loading and thermic effect. The thermic effect of food refers to calories burned during digestion. Carbohydrates have a relatively modest thermic effect, 5–6%, contributing minimally to total energy expenditure compared to proteins, 20 to 30%, or fats, 0 to 3%. However, carbohydrate loading strategies used by endurance athletes actually decrease sweat losses because glycogen stores help maintain stable intracellular fluid volumes. This phenomenon explains why marathon runners often report reduced dehydration risks after proper pre-race carb loading protocols. Conversely, crash dieting or severe calorie restriction can impair sweat regulation mechanisms, making individuals more susceptible to overheating during physical activity. Environmental factors influencing sweat patterns. External conditions play a pivotal role in modulating sweat responses. Humidity, altitude, and ambient temperature create distinct challenges for exercisers aiming to optimize their sweat efficiency. In humid climates, evaporation becomes less effective. At 80% humidity, sweat remains on skin surfaces longer, reducing its cooling capacity by up to 40% according to environmental physiology studies. Altitude introduces additional complexities. As atmospheric pressure decreases, sweat evaporates more quickly, leading to paradoxically greater perceived dryness despite actual moisture loss. Wind speed also impacts thermal perception. Even at identical temperatures, a 15 miles per hour wind can make conditions feel 20 degrees colder, altering sweat dynamics unpredictably. Urban heat island effects in cities raise local temperatures by 2 to 5 degrees Celsius compared to surrounding rural areas, significantly impacting outdoor exercise physiology. The psychological dimensions of sweat management beyond biological factors, mental states profoundly influence perspiration outcomes. Stress hormones like cortisol interact with thermoregulatory systems in complex ways. Mindfulness practices such as yoga or meditation reduce sympathetic nervous system activation, resulting in lower baseline sweat rates during comparable physical exertion. Competitive environments heighten adrenaline production, which can increase sweat output by up to 25% in elite athletes under tournament pressures. Prioritizing mental preparation techniques helps manage stress-induced sweating without compromising athletic performance goals. Technological innovations in sweat regulation. Recent advancements in wearable technology offer novel solutions for monitoring and controlling sweat responses during workouts. Smart fabrics now incorporate phase-change materials that absorb excess moisture. Some advanced apparel uses microencapsulated cooling agents that activate upon contact with sweat, creating an evaporative cooling effect similar to natural processes. Biometric sensors embedded in clothing provide real-time data on sweat composition, including electrolyte concentrations, which allows for personalized rehydration strategies. These innovations represent significant progress toward optimizing human performance through better sweat management technologies. Historical perspectives on exercise-induced sweating. Historically, ancient civilizations recognized the importance of bodily fluids in physical exertion. Ancient Greek physicians documented observations about perspiration patterns during athletic competitions. Romans developed early forms of sweat baths known as balneae, using steam rooms to prepare bodies for intense physical labor or combat training. Traditional Chinese medicine emphasized yin-yang balance related to body fluids, incorporating herbal remedies to regulate sweating in warriors and laborers alike. Medieval European monastic orders practiced rigorous physical regimens combined with hydrotherapy treatments to enhance spiritual discipline and physical stamina. Future directions in sweat research. Ongoing scientific investigations promise groundbreaking discoveries in sweat science. Researchers are developing methods to extract biomarkers from sweat for non-invasive diagnostics. Preliminary studies show that analyzing sweat for glucose levels could revolutionize diabetes monitoring, offering continuous tracking capabilities previously only available via finger prick tests. Scientists are also exploring genetic predispositions that determine individual differences in sweat production and composition, paving the way for personalized fitness recommendations. Emerging field applications include military personnel training programs utilizing sweat analysis for early detection of heat exhaustion symptoms. As research progresses, we're likely to see integrated systems combining wearables, biometrics, and AI analytics to create holistic approaches to managing sweat-related aspects of fitness. Creating effective workout strategies based on individual sweat profiles. Recognizing personal sweat characteristics enables tailored exercise plans that maximize benefits while minimizing discomfort. Individuals with high sweat rates might benefit from shorter, more frequent workout intervals. Those experiencing abnormal sweating patterns should consult healthcare professionals to rule out underlying medical conditions such as thyroid disorders or infections. Developing a sweat journal can provide invaluable insights, Tracking variables like environment, nutrition, and exercise type helps identify triggers and patterns. Customized hydration schedules based on individual sweat rates ensure optimal performance without unnecessary weight gain from overhydration. Conclusion: understanding the intricate connection between exercise and perspiration opens doors to enhanced physical performance and wellness. By recognizing the physiological, psychological, and technological dimensions of sweating, individuals can develop smarter workout routines. Whether you're an athlete striving for peak performance or someone simply looking to stay healthy, embracing the science behind sweat empowers you to take control of your fitness journey in meaningful ways.